Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and today I am going to demonstrate a spread for you called the Insects Spread. I found it in the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle guidebook. Now, before you say, oh, I don't have that deck, I can't do the spread. Yes, you can. You can do it with any tarot deck or any oracle deck that you have that speaks to you. And if you'd like to learn this spread, you may want to go grab a pencil and a piece of paper so you can write down the positions of the cards and what they mean, and then you can try it on your own again later with whatever deck you like. All right, so if you like this deck, the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle, again, there is a review of it, a detailed review of it in my Oracle Deck Reviews Volume 1 playlist, so you may want to check that out. This is a beautiful deck. I love the shiny purple edging. And there are 6 decks now out in the Seasons of the Witch series, and each deck has a different color of edging on it, so that's like a special bonus for me. It's like icing on the cake. All right. If you need to get your pencil and paper, go ahead and put the video on pause. I'll be here waiting for you. And if you're just drawn to watch this video for the actual reading, you are more than welcome to do that, even if you're not planning to do this spread, because I feel that if you are led to watch this video, there is going to be a message here for you. If the message isn't, hey, you need to use this spread for yourself or for your clients, then the message may be something in the actual reading that we do. All right, so this spread is an excellent one to use monthly to see if there are any blind spots that are in immediate need of your attention. Okay? So while I am shuffling, kind of relax yourself, take a few deep breaths, and if you are writing the card positions, this is what they are. Card 1 is going to represent what problem or situation needs your immediate attention. What problem or situation needs your immediate attention? Card 2, why have you avoided dealing with this problem? So card 2 will tell you why you've avoided dealing with this problem, whatever it is. Card 3 is going to be what will happen if you continue to do nothing. What will happen if you continue to do nothing? And I hear some of you right now saying, oh, I already know what it is. I already know what it is. Well, I just said that to myself. That's how I know some of you are saying it. Okay, card 4. How can you resolve this issue? And card 5. How can you prevent this from happening again? All right. And I will mention the positions and their meanings again. If you missed it the first time, have no fear, or if you only got a few of them, I will repeat. All right, now I'm going to lay them out, and they're going to be just 5 in a row, 1 through 5, and we will read them one at a time. Now, some people like to turn them all over at once. Some people like to turn them over one at a time. So you do it however you want to. I'm going to turn them over one at a time. Okay, so there's our 5 cards. And I will be reading the meanings from the book because some of them I may give me intuitive hits, and if that's so, I'll share it with you. But so I'm going to be reading the meanings out of the book because I don't have this deck memorized. All right, card 1. What problem or situation needs your immediate attention? And this is summer berries, number 34. Pay attention to these numbers because sometimes they have meaning for you. The number 34 or the number 7 may be important in this context. It says, be wary of picking your harvest too early and risking losing the sweetness of it all. So what situation needs your immediate attention? Okay, so what needs your immediate attention is you need to be aware of picking your harvest too early, okay? be aware of having the urge to do that or to rush something, okay? Because there's something in your life right now, I'm getting a hit, something in your life is going to be so much sweeter if you wait for it, but you're feeling impatient, so you got to curb that impatience. All right, so 7 days, 7 weeks, even 7 months might be important to you for this situation. Okay, so let's see what the book says about it. 34. I like to turn the cards over, see if I get a hit, an intuitive hit. If not, just go straight to the book. Okay, so the key words are ripening, sweetness, and maturity. It says, we live in a fast world that was never meant to be so fast. It takes months for fruits and vegetables to reach maturity, and there's an important lesson to be learned by observing their growth. Your situation needs time to ripen, just like summer berries. Take your harvest too early, and it may be sour, bitter, or tough to chew, whereas patience is rewarded by a sweet bounty of juicy fruit. You are on the right path, but it will take more time before you reach your desired outcome, so use this time to tend to small tasks. A garden requires you to be watchful of weeds and pests, and you can apply the same logic to your goals. Employ practical actions such as getting organized or evaluating your progress to help you determine your next steps. Accept that this is the process and it is out of your control. Things will progress in the proper time, and any attempts to speed things along could leave you with undesirable results. When this card appears, you can trust that you are safely working toward your long-term goals and will find success. It may take longer than you'd like, but nevertheless, it will happen. Okay, so right now, the situation that needs your immediate attention is, well, only you know the situation because this is a general reading and there are lots of people out there. So whatever it is, whatever the situation is, you need to pay attention so that you do not rush it. Do not rush it. Wait to the sweetness. Wait until it's ready to harvest. Do small things to keep it moving along. If it's a garden, do the weeding, do the watering, but be patient. All right, card 2. Why have you avoided dealing with this problem? Or in this case, why are you trying to rush it so much? Why? Garden beds. Sometimes it's difficult to see how hard you're working when you don't provide space for reflection. All right, so this is card number 11. So the number 11 might be important for you, or the number 2. So the problem is that you need to not rush your situation. And why have you avoided dealing with this problem? So why have you wanted to rush so much? Why have you tried to rush so much? Because you want to see the results of your hard work. You want to see the results of your hard work, and you want to see the results now. And you're not taking time to reflect because of this. You're not taking the time to slow down and reflect because you are so anxious to see the results of your hard work. All right, so let's see what number card 11 says. Let's see, 11. It says, keywords are working smarter, resourcefulness, evaluating progress. Again, those are things that you can do in tandem with the being patient, right? Having a home garden is hard work. But there are ways to work smarter and make the most of the spaces you have with the use of garden beds. They raise your garden up, making things a little easier on your knees, help you to keep critters out, allow you to control the soil content, reduce weeds, and provide more growing space. It's a much easier way of setting up your home garden, especially if you're a beginner who doesn't have the know-how to tackle more challenging growing areas. Will it guarantee success? No, but it's always a good idea to work smarter, not harder. This card questions how productive you've actually been. Are you doing a lot of busy work but achieving very little? Are you taking extra steps or making simple mistakes that are easily avoided? Take a look at your progress to determine whether you are actually making any progress. You could be wasting your time or efforts on something that isn't worth your investment. If you're happy with where you are, consider how you can be more methodical in your approach. Now might be a good time to hire an assistant. Implement a system to increase input, or consider eliminating something so you can focus all your energy into something else. Drawing this card can also mean you're wasting a lot of time trying to learn skills when you could enroll in a class or work with someone who has the experience to help you cut through a steep learning curve. Okay, so another thing you could be doing without rushing is getting the proper education, getting the proper know-how, taking a class, right? Yes, you do want to see the results of your hard work, but again, don't be impatient. All right, card 3. What will happen if you continue to do nothing? And that's a little confusing because basically this card is telling you to do nothing, to wait patiently, okay? But it's actually not telling you to do nothing. It's telling you to do the little things that are going to add up, the little things that are going to support the goal, right? Okay, so card 3, again, what will happen if you continue to do nothing? This card is Hummingbird, number 19. So the number 19 might be important, or the number 10, or the number 1. And that card says, the winds beneath your wings are shifting, and if you don't pay attention, you may lose flight. Okay. Okay, so again, this is a card about paying attention to what's going on, paying attention to what's shifting, what's changing, managing all those little things that are happening, while still waiting patiently for the harvest and knowing that your hard work is going to pay off. Okay, so let's look at number 19. The keywords are swiftness, adaptability, and pivoting. Hummingbirds are small but mighty, with wings that can beat almost 100 times per second. They can travel great distances and change direction in an instant with smoothness and grace. You too are being called to be more flexible when Hummingbird enters your reading. The current path you're on isn't suiting your needs, and it's time to consider some additional options, or at the very least, a new approach. Think about what is and what is not working for you, and how you can use this information to bring clarity to your question. All right, so we know rushing isn't working. The card can also mean your situation is evolving rapidly and you're not keeping up with these changes, which can cause you to feel overwhelmed. If you're unwilling to adapt, it may be time to consider whether or not this is the right path forward, because the world will pass you by if you hold on too tightly to outdated methods. If you're reading about another person, receiving this card is a sign to speak up against someone who is too rigid in their thinking. You will continue to see stagnation unless all involved are willing to be more flexible. So again, be flexible, go with the flow, do the little things, strengthen your existing garden bed, so to speak. All right, 4th card, how can you resolve this issue? It says rewild, and it's number 29. So the number 29 might be important, or the number 11 again, or the number 2. Okay, so we got 2 11s. That is going to be a significant number in this situation. Let your soul's garden grow wild, setting yourself free and allowing mysteries to surprise you. Okay, so this card is saying pay attention, and this card is letting mystery surprise you. But you can do this, you can do both. Okay, and rewild, number 29. Let's see what it says. So when you're doing a reading, the important thing is to see how these cards are working together and what is the message as they work together. Okay, it said the keywords are liberation, salvation, and being untamed. I just heard a noise. That sounded like someone sneezing, and there's no one in the house but me. So let's hope that was the sound of Kitty doing something. All right. Okay, so let's read what this rewild card says. It says, each person on this planet has genius hiding within them, waiting to be unleashed, and that includes you. However, to access this inherent talent, you must learn to let yourself be free. Brilliance isn't bound by convention, expectation, perfection, or even rules. Your genius needs space to experience all versions of itself. You are being called to let your soul's garden grow wild. Don't be so quick to tidy up your corners or clear out the unwanted. Weeds are also plants, many of which, such as dandelion, are supportive and nurturing to the body. Your spiritual weeds can offer you nourishment and guidance to help you better understand yourself. Your hardships and shortcomings may unlock a clever idea or inspire you to create a masterpiece. A shifting of your soul's cycles may bring light to ways you could experience more freedom and joy. Talents are often unlocked out of struggle and necessity, and a willingness to let your soul lead you. When this card comes to your reading, it is asking you to follow where you are being called to go. Don't question the journey or the meaning, as this is simply your spirit's way of untaming you and sending you back to the wild so you can experience yourself in the freest way possible. You may feel called to go on a physical journey to a new land, or it could be purely symbolic, requiring you to let go of who you thought you were or who you think you should be. Consider journaling about how you would express yourself if you had no rules to follow, people to make proud, or expectations to live up to. And this question again is, how can you resolve this issue? Give yourself some freedom. Maybe give yourself some freedom to do something else, to have an adventure, to be creative, to not rush things. And while you're busy having an adventure and setting yourself free, allowing mysteries to surprise you, whatever this is that you were trying to rush can take its own time, okay? You don't need to have all your focus on this. You've done the hard work. You are still waiting patiently, and that's what you're supposed to do. And while you're waiting, there's no harm in having some fun and being a little bit free. And that may actually help you not to rush this because you're focusing on something else for a little while. All right, and the final card 5, how can you prevent this situation where you want to rush the results? How can you prevent this from happening again? And the card is Sunbathing, number 36. The dance of stillness is calling for you to live in its embrace. 36. So again, 36 might be important, or the number 9. All right, so let's look at 36. And the key words are spiritual strength and restoration. There are many ways to experience rest and self-care, and you're being guided to explore the ways you need to heal at this time. Look beyond the most obvious choices of rest and relaxation, although these are worthy pursuits, because typically this card indicates a need to experience a spiritual restoration, such as spending more time in meditation and prayer, communicating with your guides or ancestors, or developing a spiritual self-care practice that might manifest in working with herbs, tarot cards, something related to your culture's mysticism, or the natural cycles of the seasons. It's important to establish a regular practice of spiritual nourishment rather than anything that is one-off. Having a ritual grounds your energy, allowing you to build your soul's strength, which will make it easier when you inevitably find yourself facing the harsh realities and responsibilities everyone faces throughout a lifetime. So, to me, this is saying in card 5, how can you prevent this from happening again? Developing a spiritual practice will build you up spiritually. You'll have the wisdom to know when to rush, when to be patient, waiting for results, when to set yourself free. All of these things will improve and lead to not having this problem again, because you'll be spiritually mature and able to handle it in the right way, and you'll know what that right way is instead of being impatient and trying to rush things. All right, friends, so that was my demonstration of the insects spread, which I found in the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle guidebook. And I hope you enjoyed it. The card on the bottom of the deck, which I always double check anyway, is the Sun Wheel, number 42. Make sure to catch your breath. You are in for an unexpected journey. So something unexpected, that's telling me that something unexpected and good is going to come up for you through this whole situation. All right, friends, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done so. It's completely free for you, and it helps me out a whole lot. We are up almost at 1,000 subscribers. I just need your help to get there. We only need 89, I think. 89 more subscribers. So if you know someone who might be interested in divination or in this channel, please tell them all about it and reassure them that it is completely free. So friends, I want to thank you for being with me today. I appreciate you so much more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.